Coca-Cola CEO says it may ramp up use of plastic bottles and raise prices due to President Trump's 25% tariff on aluminum imports.
In a move that has stunned both Wall Street and Main Street, Coca-Cola's CEO has gone public, accusing former President Donald Trump's tariffs of crippling American business from the inside out. The shocking revelation has sent ripples through the U.S. economy, with economists warning that this could trigger a second wave of corporate flight. What started as a political strategy is now threatening the very heart of American manufacturing, and Coca-Cola is just the beginning. Subscribe to our channel. In a fiery interview that's now gone viral across multiple platforms, Coca-Cola's CEO James Quincey didn't hold back. He publicly condemned Trump-era tariffs on aluminum and key imported ingredients, stating, "These tariffs are destroying the foundation of American business. We warned Washington. Nobody listened." This bombshell declaration comes amid internal leaks showing Coca-Cola quietly shuttering multiple production lines across the Midwest, laying off hundreds in bottling plants from Ohio to Georgia. But it gets worse. According to a leaked internal memo obtained by Bloomberg, Coca-Cola is now actively exploring moving its primary aluminum sourcing, and possibly even its bottling operations, offshore. Because raw material costs have soared by over 22% since the tariffs took effect, cutting deep into the beverage giant's profit margins. "This isn't just about Coke," one executive wrote. "This is about survival." And the impact is already being felt nationwide. In small towns where Coca-Cola was once a proud employer, workers are waking up to pink slips and shuttered gates. In Dalton, Georgia, a town that once called itself the Coca-Cola capital, 300 workers were laid off in one day. In an emotional statement, a former plant manager said, "Trump said he was protecting American jobs. But all I see is another empty factory." But here's where the story takes a wild turn. Former Trump administration trade advisor Peter Navarro responded with fury, calling Coca-Cola's claims deeply un-American and accusing the company of using patriotic branding while outsourcing its problems. He warned that if Coca-Cola follows through on its international shift, they could face further sanctions under proposed Republican trade policies. Yet behind closed doors, leaked emails from Trump-era officials show internal doubts about the long-term impact of the tariffs, suggesting they knew this might happen all along. And this corporate drama is now spilling into the courtroom. Coca-Cola shareholders have filed a class action lawsuit alleging that company executives misled investors about the true cost of Trump's tariffs on operational profitability. With over $3.2 billion in market value wiped off the stock since the interview aired, Wall Street is rattled. Top financial analysts from J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs have downgraded Coca-Cola's stock outlook to underperform, a rating not seen in over a decade. As the crisis unfolds, consumer confidence is beginning to erode. Viral social media campaigns calling for a boycott of Coca-Cola have erupted, ironically led by pro-Trump influencers who feel betrayed by the company's public stance. On the other hand, progressive groups are now defending Coca-Cola, arguing that it's finally exposing the hidden damage of economic nationalism gone wrong. And here's another twist. Confidential documents leaked to Reuters show that Coca-Cola wasn't alone. PepsiCo, Nestle, and even Dr. Pepper Snapple Group all held emergency board meetings last quarter to discuss the Trump tariff effect, with some executives warning that the 2025 fiscal year could bring a full-scale exodus of manufacturing from the U.S. if tariffs remain untouched. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden's administration is staying surprisingly silent. Despite repeated press inquiries, the White House has refused to comment on Coca-Cola's statements. Trade officials say they're monitoring the situation, but critics argue that the government is too scared to admit the failures of a bipartisan trade war that is now backfiring. The implications of this story are enormous. If Coca-Cola, the all-American icon with a red and white label recognized in every corner of the globe, can't survive Trump's tariff legacy, what hope is there for smaller companies? Experts warn this may be just the beginning of a domino effect. Already, whispers in Silicon Valley suggest that some tech companies are quietly lobbying to shift production overseas before costs spiral out of control. This isn't just a business story, it's a political earthquake. With the 2026 midterms on the horizon, Candidates on both sides of the aisle are scrambling to either defend or distance themselves from the fallout. Some Republicans are doubling down, saying tariffs are the price of independence, while Democrats argue that reckless trade wars are destroying the American dream from within. In the end, the message is clear. Trump's tariffs may have been designed to protect American jobs, but now, those same policies could be the reason iconic American companies like Coca-Cola are leaving the country. The lines between patriotism, politics, and profit have never been blurrier, and the consequences have never been more real. Stay tuned as we uncover even more shocking revelations in this unfolding economic disaster. For more explosive updates on American business, political drama, and global financial chaos, subscribe to our channel.